Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to Path to Anandam series, and happy Gita Jayanti and Makar Sankranti to all of you. As we all know, Gita is our divine company which offers all. So we are all here together. And today's session, which we have started from the beginning of the year, but again refocusing freedom from pains and miseries. Because that's what Gita offers. Gita offers happy, healthy, and peaceful life. So welcome to all of you again, and pranam to Guruji. His program is still going on. So sorry I had to get out. So pranam Swamiji for your blessings and blessing from Lord Krishna to put us all together on path to Anandam. And with your blessing, whatever you see, it all we offer to you. All the books, all the sessions, and everything. Whatever you guide us, we are blessed. So thank you very much for coming in my life. And now expanding and spreading your divine aura to every one of in this group. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam. And today on the celebration of Gita Jayanti, we will briefly cover these subjects, but not necessarily all by me, because I like others to join today. It's a celebration of Gita Jayanti, so I like others to participate. So I will briefly cover that. What is Gita Jayanti? Why we chose to be Arjun? This subject. And the importance of good company like Lord Krishna in our life, who guides us and takes us to every path, shows us the solution to every problem, and ultimately guide us to our sankalpa should be in our life. Satchitanand, who am I? That's the only sankalpa we should have in our life, which we can also enrich through meditation and actions and learning the tips. So what is Gita Jayanti? I think all here know the Gita Jayanti meaning is the day when Lord Krishna enlightened Arjuna in the difficult time through the song of God. That's why I call Gita, song of God. And to me, this is more like a lori. You know, when child cannot sleep, is very restless, mother sings the lori. Similarly, Gita is a lori to our ears, to our soul, to our mind. And the holy teachings of Bhagavad Gita. This is the extraordinary divine dialogue where Lord Krishna spoke. And the verses, 574 verses out of 700 verses. And out of 700 verses, 40 plus verses are the questions by Arjun, and one by Dhritarashtra, and some by Sanjay. And now, you know, it seems we all know Gita is now the universal holy book, not just the Indian holy book or Hindu holy book. Because the Gita Jayanti has been celebrated by all over the world and being translated almost in every language. It starts, first one, it was translated in UK, Britain, in 18th century. And since then, it has been translated in many, many languages. And what is Gita? Gita, that guru that awakens the guru within. Here the question comes. There are so many commentaries in this world. So and that question comes to me very often, that which commentary is the best? Is this a Shankaracharya? Is that the Jnananandji? Is in the and Vivekanandji and Vedanta societies and ISKCON, Prabhudanandji, and there are so many, I mean, I would say hundreds of commentaries. So which one is the best? And my answer is, which one is not the best? That's what our Guruji said. Which one is not the best? But the best, the one which does not take us to the God, which does not which enhances our ego, that I said it this way, my commentary said this way, that is not good. But the best commentary in the world is your own inner voice. When you study Bhagavad Gita and whatever speaks to you, that is the best Bhagavad Gita. That's why I call Gita is the guru that awakens the guru, awakens us, tell us what is good and what is bad. And it answers to every question. Like my favorite one, there are many, many favorite verses, but my favorite verse is very first one. Dharm kshetre kurukshetre samveta yujusva mamaka pandavascha kim kurvat sanja. Though it is said by, please mute yourself. Though it is said by Dhritarashtra, however, it guides me because that was Dhritarashtra was the cause of Mahabharata. His Mamka was the cause of Mahabharata. So, message to me, the lesson from that is that I should not be living in a Dhritarashtra syndrome. I should not be overtaken by Mamka, by attachment. So the first lesson to me of Bhagavad Gita is Dharm Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Convert all of my action, all of my duty, which are beneficiary for the all.
Okay.
So, very last verse, Bhagavad Gita says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdara, Tatra Shri Vijyo Bhutir Dhruva Niti. The secular teachings of Bhagavad Gita for today's man, not just for the Arjunas, because it is a lifestyle that all type of people have different personalities and it gives the answers to everyone. And it helps us to overcome the difficulties of daily lives, removes our confusions, teaches us how to live, do our duty righteously. So Gita is the scripture of the scriptures. It's not just the Hindu, but it's the scripture of the scripture. So very first question comes in my mind, which came, is it possible to live in today's world to peace and joy from the miseries of life, anxiety, stress, fear, and frustration? And answer is yes. Gita is a boat that takes us from miseries to Anandam. Here is the Vishad. See, you can see this shore where all the miseries, all the turmoil is going on here. And look at the other shore, which is the shore of Anandam. Right here, which takes all the way to Anandam. So it is the shore of Anandam, which Gita takes us. So what is Gita? This is a definition came to me. Gita, 3 G's, Guru, Gyan, Gopal. And I stands for ignorance to wisdom that removes all of our darkness, tamasic nature, takes us to sattvic and gunatit. And tyaga. Tyaga of what? Kam, krodh, lobh, moh, ankar, jealousy, resentments, anger, greed, all the vices, it transforms. And of course, it takes A stand for anger, anxiety to Anandam. So Gita is miseries to blissful life, Vishad to Prasad, and it takes us to Satchit Anandam. And it's not only Gita, at the end of each chapter, Gita says Yog Shastra. But to me, it is the Moksha Shastra because it takes us all this from Vishad to Anandam. All the way miseries to Anandam. So Gita is the Moksha Shastra because it takes us beyond this world and tells us, guide us, who am I, where did I come from, where will I go from here, and why am I, and so what is the purpose of my life, why am I here? But how would I go all the way to Anandam? That's where the Gita comes through that many verses, that many letters, 24,447 words, 18 chapters, 3 yogas. First 6 are talks about the karma yoga, how to perform our duty, and then how to put the love and compassion with every action we do. And by doing that, we have to do it with the wisdom, but by continuously doing, the inner Gyan comes, that's the inner Guru awakens up. So all these paths are given for the different personalities, like action. So more active people, more bhakti, love, compassion is more for the people who have a more love and compassion in their heart. Emotion, this is a positive emotion. Love is a positive emotion. And then the wisdom, more for the people who can sit and do meditation and contemplate. But all the paths are equally good because Gita, to me, it's a 3H. It connects the hands, which is karma, heart, bhakti, and then the head, the Gyan. So it gives us the wisdom, connects the head, heart, and hand all together. So karma yoga, bhakti yoga, Gyan yoga, it offers all. And finally, we reach to our destination. So all the 3 yogas lead to the same goal of liberation, but one cannot be done without, we cannot do the action without compassion and without wisdom. So Gita offers all. So Lord, when Arjun got disheartened, we all know the story, got confused, didn't want to engage himself into the righteous war, Dharma Kshetra. He thought it was only Kurukshetra, field of action. He did not know that this is a field of Dharma, his duty. And he got very confused and did a lot of arguments. And Lord Krishna finally kept smiling. And Arjuna got the message. And he humbly requested and he said, Katpanye dosho pahat swabhava, paschami tvam dharma samurcheta, jachase syani nishchitam bruhi tanme, shishyaste ham shadi mam tvam prapanya. So this is the prayers for us. Whenever we are in difficulty, this is the prayer we offer to Lord Krishna. If we cannot recite in Sanskrit, we can simply say, my heart is overpowered by weakness of pity. I have lost all of my composure. My mind is confused about my duty, my dharma, what to do, what not to do. I'm requesting you, please guide me what is good for me, because I am your friend, I am your disciple. So if we cannot remember anything about this verse, we can simply ask him for his advice. But accept that, yes, I cannot think anymore. Please help me. At least we can say this, please help me. And that's where the whole Gita starts. Lord Krishna spoke to Arjuna. But why this whole thing happened? Because Arjuna had the company of Lord Krishna. His friend was very virtuous. He did not know his friend that he's God, but he knew that he's more intelligent than him. He's higher than him. Like anytime we see bigger, some people know more than us, then our heart always bows down to them and says that they are no more, whether it is in the medical field, it is in the scientific field, even in the financial field, whoever have achieved higher achievements, we always think they are our gurus, whether we tell them or not, but in deep heart, we accept that. Similarly, Arjuna accepted that this is his guru because he became aware of his situation. And so his company was Lord Krishna. Now look at the difference between the companies, where Lord Krishna was Arjuna's company and Duryodhana's company was his mama Shakuni. So who end up where? Who landed where? We all know that victory came to Pandavas because of their divine nature, their purity of souls. They were very pure. All of them were pure souls. Where the Kauravas, you can say Kauravas by name, the Kaurav who are corrupt. Everyone was very corrupt over there. So Lord Krishna gave him a step by step, which is called instruction manual or Bhagavad Gita, which taught him how to convert his karma into dharma, engage in the action, know the difference between birth and death, soul and body. So where he could march, and finally he said, Nashto moha smriti labda. So what is Gita? In summary, I would say, this came from my book, My Question and God's Answer, where it says Bhagavad Gita, the song of God, should be sung every moment of our life. It's not just, it's nitya yukta upaste, not like Sunday to Sunday or whenever we sit. Just it should be reciting in our every breath. So Gita is a royal road to liberation, which we already spoke. Why it is called royal road? Because it takes us to Satchit Anand. It teaches us the art of righteous living, manual to operate our life, answers every question. And then I showed the boat to cross the ocean of life, miseries. It is the ocean of knowledge. It gives us whatever we need. We just read, and then, here many of you know when you are meditating, reading Bhagavad Gita, all of a sudden, the wisdom starts flowing from your heart and you don't know where it came from. So to me, Gita is my Sarthi. It's a divine company. It's the peace ambassador. Anytime we are in difficult situations and we are feeling very restless, if we start reading Bhagavad Gita, it becomes our peace ambassador. And of course, it is the universal mother, jo humko lori sunati hai, which sings the songs to us, verses to us. And it is a character builder because it gives us the differentiation of between the tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic nature. So it tells us what are the vices, what are the habits we need to change. So it guides us, as I said, Adat buri sudhar lo ho gaya bhajan. Gita guides us which habits are need to be changed. And it is an eternal mantra. Why? Because when we start saying Gita, 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 tyag, tyag, tyag automatically come from our inner voice. And it is a spiritual guide. We know that. It's given by Lord Krishna. All the other shastras are written or came through rishis or some other souls. But this is the only scripture in the world which came directly from the lips of Lord Krishna. And it is not just a guru, but it is a Jagat Guru. And to me, it is my mirror. It shows me which are the qualities I have to change, which are the vices I have to remove. So to me, Gita is ultimately purifier. And it is a light within me that lightens me, gives me the peace. And it's for all of you, which not just me, this is Gita offers all. And then there are the 7 steps which we have been spoken about it. So what does Gita do? Doubts and confusions, removes the doubts and confusions. From na jyotasya ati gobindam to takes us to karishe vachanam tav. It gives us a discrimination, what to do, what not to do, and how to do it. So let me just read this poem to you again, because this poem just came to me during meditation when I was invited to Gita Dham, and I was told that the session is in Hindi, and I had prepared everything in English, and I had no idea what to speak about, how to speak in Hindi, and that happens, I think, about 20 years ago. So this verse came to me during meditation. So I just wrote it, and I wanted to share with you, what does Gita do? And what did Gita did for me? विश्वास से प्रसाद दिलाती है गीता, कर्मों के फल को हटाती है, कर्ता से अकर्ता बनाती है, कर्तव्य के पथ पर चलाती है, सिखाती है, प्रेम करना सिखाती है, नफरत के जहर को मिटाती है गीता, शैतान से इंसान और इंसान से भगवान बनाती है गीता, जीना और मरण दोनों सिखाती है, जन्म मरण के भंवर से मुक्त कराती है, जीवात्मा से महात्मा, महात्मा से परमात्मा बनाती है गीता, संकट में जीना सिखाती है, गोद में बिठाती है, तूफान से बचाती है, जीवन की कश्ती को पार लगाती है गीता, अहंकार को मन से हटाती है, भक्ति की धारा बहाती है, शांति का जीना सिखाती है, करुणामयी, त्यागमयी, आनंदमयी बनाती है गीता, जीवन को ऊपर उठाती है, आत्म दर्शन कराती है, खुद अपने से अपने को मिलाती है गीता, नर से नारायण बनाती है गीता, अविद्या को मन से हटाती है, स्मृति जगाती है, संदेह मिटाती है, ज्ञान का दर्शन कराती है गीता, अर्जुन बनाती है, कृष्ण से मिलाती है, सत्यचित आनंद की अनुभूति कराती है गीता, जीवन में गीता, गीता में जीवन, जीवन को गीतामयी बनाती है गीता, गीता 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 सुने, गीता पढ़े, गीता गीता करें, यही सिखाती है गीता, अपने भक्तों को अमर बनाती है गीता। ओम शांति शांति शांति। जय श्री कृष्ण। So when question comes quickly, when to study, any time of the day is good. We have doubts or confusions, we should study at that time, open the book, as Gandhiji also said, anytime I am in difficulty and confused, I open the Bhagavad Gita and immediately it takes me and gives me the answers. So when we feel dejected, distressed, fearful, worried, when we want to relax, anything, anytime, good for it. And how to practice it. That is the main thing, because practice, practice, practice. Take the verse or a phrase or even a single word or whatever you need, whether you need the remove or change your habit like jealousy, then adveshta sarva bhutanam, greed, whatever. If we need the more contentment, santushta satatam yogi, anything, there are answers and for every question and for every transformation. So read the verse, read the meaning, practice it during the day, evaluate the progress in the evening. How did I do it? I did it. Practice it until you feel satisfied. So this is where start your day by reading Gita. Apply, practice, and spread it to others. And then in the day, evening, evaluate, and eventually one gets transformed. Because what does Gita do? It basically purifies us, it transforms us, and then it takes us, we experience that who am I? I am Satchit Anand. So it does self-purification, self-transformation, and self-realization. But the condition is we have to practice the 3 A's, triple A's, self-awareness, like Arjuna, when he became disturbed, he was awakened. And then awareness, 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 and then analyze it. I cannot do it, or I can do it. How can I do it? And then listen for the advice, and then action for correction. So self-awareness, self-inquiry, and then action for correction. So we should have a continuously practice and practice, 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 because it is not a fast, instant, but it is a little by little, one will transform ourselves. But we have to qualify to get this benefit, just like Arjuna did. And then we will gain all these benefits. Like, as I said, it gives you the triple benefits: prosperity, success, victory. Tattva Shri Vijay Bhuti Dhruva Nitir Matit Mama. Whenever Yogeshwar, who is Yogeshwar? Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna. And who is the Arjun? We are the Arjun who are following it. So the prosperity, Vijay, and victory will always be there. It cannot go anywhere else. And little by little, we purify ourselves. We experience our higher conscious level. But it all starts within. So we ultimately get the peace by studying Bhagavad Gita, learning, practicing, which is experienced by the other members of the family as well. And then we should become the mentor to the community, and it can take to the nation, and then to the whole world. Our vibration will take us everywhere. So what is Gita for me? I already said that. The song of Gita, which must be sung every moment. But to Gita, to me, Gita is the one which awakens the Guru within. Gita is the path to Anandam. And again, to me, it is a GPS to Param Dham. We all have experience with GPS, but this is a spiritual GPS which takes us to ultimately our highest conscious level, which is the Sat Chit Ananda. And Lord Krishna says, here is the Lord Krishna's message, that whoever shares this message, my teachings, my knowledge to others, will definitely come to me, where there is no doubt about it. He promises us, propagate that. So we have only one duty here. What is my duty? Only one duty, although I have put it here, which already spoken in a different ways, but being happy and spreading the happiness to other is my duty. Wisdom, all these are there, eating good, speaking good, thinking good, all these are my duties. But ultimately, being in peace and making this world a peaceful place is my ultimate duty. Taking care of my responsibility is my duty. And God realization is my duty. That is my ultimate duty. So our homework here is be aware and ask inquiry. Swadhyaya Bhyasnam. Because when we start asking the question, that's where we become aware of it. So very first question is, do I study Gita? And when I mean by studying Gita, does not mean just reading it. Do I do the manan? Do I really think about it? Do I really practice it? Do I spread the message of Bhagavad Gita with humility, and do I surrender? Or do I do it with my ego? Or do I do it with my humbleness? Is my action is seva? Everything what I do with the bhava of seva, with yagna? Because Gita is all about you and me. It's not about just Arjuna. So we are Arjuna here. So we have to ask these questions. And how we spread it, I just said, give a good example. This is my favorite one. When Gita was celebrated on Lal Killa, Red Fort, on 2015, where it was organized, and you can see it, all the saints are sitting there, over there. And fortunately, I was invited to speak over there as well. And here you can see the 40,000 plus people are sitting right there in that field of Red Fort. So our commitment to follow Lord Krishna's message, spread, spread, spread. So don't just become the talking Gita, become the walking and working Gita. Set the examples for others like King Janak, Mahatma Gandhi. You know, I put many names there, but whatever names resonates with you. So let's all set the goal of life to live in Anandam and spread the message of Bhagavad Gita and continue to practice, practice, practice. That's our sankalpa. And if any one of you have not visited, please make a point there. This is a place where Gita was actually given in Kurukshetra, Gita Updesh Sthal. And this is right there where they put the rath over there, you know, chariot over there. But this is the place exactly under this. So if you ever get an opportunity, visit Kurukshetra and get the flavor of it, get the blessing over there. So thank you very much for attending this beautiful session and celebrating Bhagavad Gita.